So whenever you are using the function concept in programming, then we are implementing the concept of modularity. Predefined function in the sense, so all these functions are written or kept inside the library of a particular language. In this example, in C++ library. So it is a palindrome because if you read from left to right or from right to left, it means the same. That is why it is a palindrome word or a palindrome string. Dear students, welcome to CS classes. I am Ravi Kumar KR, lecturer in computer science, Vidhyaashram PU College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Students, let us start our discussion with the chapter 12, that is functions. Now let us see the weightage of the chapter. The weightage of the chapter is 2 marks and you will have only one 2 marks question. So weightage of the chapter function is 2 marks. In this session, we are going to talk about library function. It is a type of functions. Now let us start with the definition of functions. So what are functions? A function is a named group of statements developed to solve a sub-problem and returns a value to the other functions when it is called. So what is a function? The definition is a group of statements and it does a specific work or some problem. So the meaning here is the group of statements and it has been developed for one particular application or one particular program or sub-program. So here, see, this is where the concept we are using the modularity. So we have seen in OOPS concept, one of the characteristics of OOPS is modularity, means we are dividing the program into sub-programs called module. So whenever you are using the function concept in programming, then we are implementing the concept of modularity. So here, this is a function, is a group of statement and developed for one particular problem or a sub-problem. Now here there are two types of functions. One is library function and second one is user-defined functions. So there are two types of functions. Now in the next slide, let us see what are library functions. A standard library is a collection of predefined functions and other programming elements which are accessed through header file. So what are library functions? Library functions are a type of function and they are predefined. So what is the meaning of predefined? And the predefined function in the sense, so all these functions are written or kept inside the library of a particular language. In this example, in C++ library. So here, and along with that, we are also access these functions and other elements of a function through header file. So this is the definition of library function. So library functions are predefined functions and which are accessed through header files. Now another type of function is user-defined function. So what is user-defined function? So it is we can create our own functions or sub-programs to solve our problem. Such functions are normally referred as user-defined function. So here user-defined function is a function developed by a user or the programmer to solve a different type of problem. So that is a user-defined function, means user can create his own functions for different types of application. And it is a complete and independent program. This user-defined function is an independent program and which can be used by the main program or by other sub-programs. And the user-defined functions, it can be used by other program also. So this is the definition of user-defined function. In the next slide, we see different header files for different library functions. So we have seen the definition of library functions. They are inbuilt functions or built-in functions. So as we have seen, and all the functions and its elements are accessed through header files. Now let us see different header files and with the respective functions. Now first one is stdio.h. This is one of the header file, that is standard input output division, that is standard input and output operation. So here h.h stand for header file. So under this we have getC is a function and getChar is a function. So here getChar is a function to accept a single character from the keyboard or input device. Similarly, getS stand for string. GetS means string function to accept a string from the standard keyboard or input device. Similarly, getW, printf. So printf is a function we are using in C language. So that is printf, putC and putchar. See, we have getchar and here we have putchar. These are the functions or under the header file stdio.h, and here puts, or it is getS and puts. And here what you have written is only few functions under header file stdio.h. Next header file is string.h. You know what are string? A group of characters enclosed between a pair of double quotation mark is called a string or string constant. So if you want to work with the strings, so we have to make use of string functions and we have to include the header file string.h. Under this we have string strcmp stands for string comparison. So we can compare two strings, so then we can make use of string cmp function. Then string strcpy or string copy function to copy one string to another string. And again string copy, I stands for ignore case, and string length. So to know the length of the string means the number of characters is in the given string, that is length of the string, and that is function is string length. Similarly, string cat, this is for concatenation, means to add one more string to the existing string, that is string cat or string concatenation. These are all few functions under string.h. Next one is stdlib.h. This is standard library functions or standard library. So here we have a to f function, a to I, a to ll, and I to a. See, these are all different functions we are using under standard library or stdlib.h. And here iostream.h. This is input output stream.h for input and output operations. So here one is open and close is a function, getLine. Here getLine is a string function. Again we are using to accept a string or a text, entire line of text from particular file. And put, write, read. See, all these are file related functions. So it is nothing but file handling in C++. So then we have to make use of these are the function comes under header file iostream.h. Next one is iomanip.h. This is manipulation or iomanip.h. Under this we have endl and setWidth. Endl is a function. It takes the control to the new line or to the next line. And setWidth or setW, it is a function. It is called a manipulator to work with the output statement. So setWidth and number of if it is a number, it gives so much of space between two identifiers or two values. So this is setWidth and endl. These two also called as manipulators. And this is comes under header file iomanip.h. In the next slide, math.h. So math.h for any mathematical functions, it is comes under mathematical functions or mathematical operations. Normally we have come across sine. It is a trigonometric function. You might be aware of trigonometric function, sine, cos, tangent, tan inverse. So for all the trigonometric function, we have all the functions under math.h. And cos, this is for cos, tan, and POW power function, and SQRT. And POW, it is a function to know the cube of a given number or m raised to the power of n. That is power function. And SQRT function, it is used to find out the square root of the given value. That is SQRT. That comes under math.h. Next one is ctype.h. Ctype.h is a header file to work with character functions. Now, what is a character? What is a character constant? Here, any character enclosed within single quote is called a single character constant, or it is a character constant. And what is a character constant? Any single character is enclosed between a pair of single quotes or single quotation mark is called a character constant. So, to work with character related operations, we have to make use of ctype.h as the header file. Now, in the next slide, we will see what are all different character functions under ctype.h. First one is A is alpha. A is alpha. A is a function. It returns a non-zero value. It returns non-zero value if the character is a letter, and otherwise returns 0. So, what is the meaning of this? So, alpha is a function. So, here the user has to input a one character and it checks for alpha. It checks for alphabet. If the given character or the value is a character, if it is an alphabet, it returns non-zero value, means any positive number. So, otherwise returns 0. So, again here it works with the, all the character function results in either true or false. If it is true, it returns a positive 1 or 1, and if it is false, it returns 0. That is the meaning of the statement here. So, look at the example here. Is alpha and H is the character. So, here H is an alphabet. It returns 1 as is here, and returns 1. Is alpha 9. This is a number, returns 0. So, what is the meaning of this here? It checks for alphabet. If it is alphabet, returns 1. If it is other than that, it gives 0 as the answer. So, this is one character function, A is alpha. Similarly, we have A is digit, and it checks for the input value is a character is a digit or not. If it is a digit, it returns non-zero value or 1, and if it is not a digit, it returns 0 as the result. Similarly, A is alphanumeric. So, it checks for an input character is alphanumeric or not. It works for alphabets as well as number or digits. E is upper. So, here it checks for whether the input character is in uppercase or lowercase. If it is in uppercase, it returns 1, or if it is in lowercase, it returns 0. So, these are all different character functions under header file ctype.h. In the next slide, we will see the inputting a single character. So, how to use input statement or how to input a character in a program. So, here we can input a character using the function get function. So, here get is a function is used to accept a single character from the standard input device, that is keyboard. So, the syntax is character ch and cin equals get ch. And you observe here character ch is the declaration of a character variable, and we are using cin equals get is a function. So, get function we are using here, and inside that ch as a argument or a parameter. So, here get ch, and it is going to accept a single character from a standard input device. Or one more syntax is character ch equals cin.getch. So, this is another syntax to accept a character from a standard input device, that is get function. Now, outputting a single character means to print a character on the screen or to the output devices. So, here put is a function used to display a single character. So here get is to accept a character or input a character, whereas put is a function, is a character function to print, to display a single character through the monitor or through output devices. The syntax is cout dot here cout dot and example here character cin dot get, again you have to say cout dot So this is the syntax to output a character, single character through the monitor or through output devices. So one is get function, one is put function. Now let us see a simple example, a small program to work with character function. So here to determine the type of character. So here it is a program to check whether the input character is an alphabet or non-alphabet or a digit and so on. So here the program starts with header file stream.h conjoined ctype.h. So here this is important. We are using ctype.h is the header file to work with character function. Void main and character ch declaration of variable, clear screen, cout, type in character. It will display on the monitor. Then we have to use input statement, this cin.get. See, this is the input statement what you have learned in our previous slide. So ch equals cin.get, it accepts a single character from the standard input device. So then we are using if-else statement or if-else statement. So here first one you have to check for alphabets. Now alphabets are ranged from A to Z, either uppercase or even lowercase. So here character is greater than A and character is less than Z. So this is the one condition. Now here this is OR operator. This is logical OR operator and this is logical AND operator. This is logical AND operator. So here first was the first condition here. The character what we input is greater than A to Z, means we are checking this input for uppercase character. Then OR, here this is logical OR operator, OR we are checking for lowercase a to z. So whether what we input through input device is in uppercase or in lowercase, it is alphabet. If any of the conditions are true, we have to print the result as it is an alphabet. Now next condition is else if it is character is greater than 0 and less than 9. So here we will check this condition for the input character is a digit or not. So here, digits are from 0 to 9. So it should be greater than or equal to 0 or less than or equal to 9. Then we have to print as it is a digit. And again, next one is else we have to print it is a special character. And get ch, close the program. So here in the program, the user has to input a single character through the function. And again, we are checking here for whether it is uppercase or lowercase character or a digit. Other than that, it would be a special character. So accordingly, if we input a character, so here look at the example. Here, if you want to if you input a character f as an input here, so f it comes in within this condition. So in this condition is true, it results in it is an alphabet. You will get the message output as it is an alphabet. And again, if you run once again, another example, if you input a digit 5, then it is a digit. You get the result as output as digit. And again, type in a character here. This is a star asterisk. If you enter the asterisk as input, then the results in special character. So this is a simple program to show the use of character functions. Now in the next slide, we move on to string functions. Now what are strings we have learned so far? The string is nothing but a group of characters enclosed between a pair of double quotation marks. So to work with that, we are using the header file string.h. Now, first of all, let us see the declaration of string variable. So here, first is a general form is character, string name and size. So here character is a data type, name of a string, it is an identifier, and this is size of a string. So here example, character st of 50. Here st is the name of a string. In the bracket, within the square bracket, we have 50. This is the size of the string. This is the declaration of a string variable. Now, how do you initialize the values to a variable? So this is character s of 10. Here s is the name of the string, and here within that, within the double quote, we have to write so many characters, group of characters. So here s is a string, 10 is a size. So according to the syntax, it accepts 10 characters in a string. So this is inputting or initializing a string. In the next slide, how do you input a string? Here input a string, we are using getLine function. We are using getLine function to read a string or to input a string into a program. So here the general form is scene.getLine string comma size. So here scene.getLine string comma size. Example, scene.getLine st is the string, size is 25. So according to this, we are inputting a 25, size is 25 here. So we can input a string of maximum of 25 characters into a variable st. Here st is a string variable to be declared before using input statement. Now again, how to outputting a string? Here we are using write function. It is a write function. GetLine function to read a string from the standard input device, and write is a function. It is to display a result through output devices. So here general form is cout.write string comma size here. So cout.write string comma size here. In the example, cout.write, if I say st comma 25, so it's going to print the content of the string variable st. So this is by using getLine and write, we can input and print the string on the output devices. Next, let us see few functions. One is string function, string cat, or it is called as string concatenation. So what is the meaning of this? It is used to concatenate two strings. The meaning is the process of combining two strings to form a one string is called concatenation. So here the general form is string cat, string 1, comma, string 2. So here string 1, comma, string 2, the meaning here is string 2 will be added at the end of string 1. So string 1 will be the combination of two strings. So that is string concatenation. For example, we have string 1 equals to win and string 2. These are the string variables, and here DOWS 8. So if you use string cat function or string concatenate function, here string cat, string 1, comma, string 2. Here the content of string 2 will be added at the end of string 1. So accordingly, it results in Windows 8. Here up to here is string 1 and this is up to string 2. So string 2 will be added at the end of string 1. This is the function string cat, stands for string concatenation. Next one is string comparison. String comparison is a function. It is used to alphabetically compares the string with another string. So here comparison of two strings. So here this function is case sensitive. It treats uppercase and lowercase character as different. And here the general form is string CMP, string 1, comma, string 2, semicolon. So here we are comparing two strings, string 1, comma, string 2. So here in this one, when you compare these two, it results as follows. One is it results a positive value, and if it is string 1 is greater than string 2. And if the result is negative value, here it means that string 1 less than string 2, or If the result is 0, here string 1 is same as string 2 or string 1 is equal to string 2. So here string comparison function, it compared two strings and results in either 0, greater than 0 or less than 0. By looking at the result, we have to understand that one string is greater than another string, or one string is less than another string, or two strings are equal or same. This is string CMP function, string comparison function. Now let us see a simple program to show the working of string function. So here it is a program to determine whether the string is palindrome or not. So what is a palindrome, students? Here if you read a string either from left to right or right to left, it is same. That is the meaning of a palindrome word or a palindrome string. So here in this example, the program starts with the header file. Then after that, here character S of 100, R of 100. This is declaration of string. Then clear screen, see out, enter the string. And here we are using inputting a string. We are using string function. Get line S of 100. We are reading a string. Next one is we are going to copy string copy function R comma S. So here this copy function, that means the string S will be copied onto string R. That is string copy function. Then we are using one more string function, that is string reverse. That is string reverse function of R. So here it reverses the string R here. So then after that we are comparing this string function. S is the original string, or we have entered the value at the beginning to the variable. Yes, this is a string, and this R here, this R stores the reverse string. So we are comparing this. So string comparison, I stands for ignore case, S comma R, and here with the help of if condition, if this is the equal to 0, as we have seen in the previous example, string comparison function results in 0 or greater than 0 or less than 0. So if we are comparing here, if it is equal to 0, after comparison, the result after comparing string S and R, if the result is 0, then it means that the two strings are equal. Then we have to print the output as it is a palindrome. And here else means if the result is other than 0, then it prints as not a palindrome. So, and get CH, close the program. So this is a program to show the working of string functions. And if you look at a sample example here, enter the string, you'll get a message, enter the string. If you enter REFER, refer, so it is a palindrome, because if you read from left to right or from right to left, it means the same. That is why it is a palindrome word or a palindrome string. Now look at another example. Suppose if we enter a string as Pascal, and here in this example, if you read from right to left or left to right, it is different. So it is not equal. So it is not a palindrome. So this is a simple program to show the working of string functions. Students, so far we have discussed about string functions and library functions, string functions and different types of library functions. Now let us continue our discussion in my next class. Thank you so much.